Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Kindland Report. I'm your host, Leon Bibb. You know, the dictionary defines the word philanthropist as a person who seeks to promote the welfare of others, especially by the donation of money. But there is a rare group of individuals that transcend this definition and use their knowledge and their influence to impact their communities in profound and lasting ways. From former CEO of Forest City Enterprises to his founding and guidance of so many world-changing organizations, Albert Ratner continues to positively impact and influence communities and change lives. Welcome to the show, Al Ratner. How are you today?
I'm good, Leon. It's always good to be with younger people. I appreciate seeing you.
It's always good to be with you, my friend. We're talking a lot about kindness now, and humanitarianism certainly seems to be part of the Ratner DNA and can be traced back for generations in your family. Tell us about the family legacy.
We were brought up in a house in which the parents didn't agree on political stuff, but everything else. And it was an example of what good politics is, which are people who don't agree on things, but can sit and have a discussion and solve problems. So the real unique thing about being brought up in our house was that our mother used to say to us, "Don't tell me what you don't like. Tell me what you'll eat. So don't tell me you don't like broccoli and you don't like spinach, but you find a vegetable that you're going to eat." So it was a house in which you can talk about anything. But when it was negative, it ended up my mother saying, "Oh, so you don't like the fact that there's no bus on Taylor Road? Well, I'll show you how to get a bus." She took my sister and I was maybe 10, maybe she was 12, to the transit authority. And they said, "Well, if you go out and if you get enough petitions signed," and we're going out getting petitions.
She taught you how to work the system.
She didn't tell us how to work it. What she told us is, you have to work it. And a piece of that came from her philosophy, in which she said to us, when you're out of the house, what you're going to find out is you're different. You're not a bit better than anybody else, but you're different. Mm-hmm. And you have one of two choices. If you're different and you disagree with somebody, you can say, "Oh, forget about it. Let's not do anything." But if you ever want to get anything done, what you have to do is sit down with everybody. And she said, what you'll find out in life, if you work with people on things that are very important to them, but not that important to you, they will work with you on things that are very important to you, and that is a sense of community.
That was all part of that humanitarianism.
I'm not a big guy on philanthropy. I'm not a big guy on humanitarianism. I spend a lot of my time in the general community with people in Appalachia, in the inner city. They don't know about those things. What they know is that they have a need. And when they have a need and they come to people like me, they don't want to know what our philosophy is. What they want to know is there something we can help them do?
Is that part of being kind?
Everything is part of being kind. We have interconnections with people. And the question is, how do we value people? It starts with that.
You value life, as you say, but you also value the community. Cleveland Magazine said that the Ratner contribution to Cleveland's growth cannot be overstated.
In the Jewish religion, if you save one life, it's as if you've changed the world. I don't know how to save a life, but I know this, that with a united way, I can save lives.
Let's take what you just said about being kind. What should we be doing to help benefit other folks?
The Jewish answer is we're taught to repair the world, tikkun olam. I don't know how to repair the world, but if Stuart Brzezinski knows how to repair the world, and I work with him, then I can begin to repair the world. So you need these organizations.
You are part of repairing the world, though, aren't you?
We
You
all
are part
are.
of it. We all are part of it.
Right.
If we hold hands and cross the street together, we can get to the other side.
Right.
Al Ratner, do you try to put yourself in somebody else's shoes, to try to understand what they're dealing with?
When people come to you, don't know if they're telling the truth or not telling the truth, right? So my grandmother explained to me, it doesn't matter. You can't make a judgment on if they are or they're not, because then you won't help anybody.
Growing up, did they teach you the things that you live on right now? Did the Ratners in the generation before you have the same kind of feeling you have?
I learned from them. But it wasn't teaching, it was just being a kid growing up.
They modeled for you.
Yeah, so we used to sit at the dinner table. My dad told about everything that happened in the business. My mother talked about everything that happened in the community. We didn't agree on a whole bunch of things, but you respected people. So if you talk about kindness, the first thing you have to do is you have to have respect, but you also need gratitude. If you yourself don't feel you're the luckiest person that ever lived, it's kind of hard to be kind. I lectured at Wharton quite often, and the last speech I gave was, how do you make a living and how do you make a life? How that you make a living is not as important as how you make a life. So the way I look at this is, it's all a process. And we're all at the starting line, but we come from all different places. And one of the sadnesses for me is people who have so much and don't understand. It wasn't that they were so great. It was a society and a system that allowed them to get what they got, and therefore they should open it up to other people.
When they leave, they will leave all of that.
Yeah, but the question isn't what's left. The question is, what did you do when you were here? So I believe that kindness runs through everything we're doing.
Al Ratner, I appreciate you being with us today, talking about kindness and a lot of other things. You certainly are a man with a storehouse of wisdom, and we appreciate that. Talking with Al Ratner today about kindness and about a lot of other things. After 95 years of living life, he brings to us a great deal of wisdom as to how we can go forward, certainly deeper into the 21st century. I'm Leon Bibb. This is the Kindland Report. So long.